What's going on, people? Oh my God. It's another edition of the Nitro Insiders podcast, and it's the first one of the new season, man. Um, I'm addressing everything up front right now. I want to start off with RTN because I just got to. I mean, the timing couldn't be more perfect. You know what I mean? RTN finally logged back in. He sent me a message telling me RTN is still here as long as he wanted to be here. And RTN, you know me, you're always welcome here. You don't even have to ask me. You're always welcome here, man. I was not throwing you out of the game. This goes for every player, and the other three guys, they know this already. When you're out on, well, RTN wasn't even out a full month yet, but it was getting close. When you're out over a month for 30 days, you know I had to kick your network out for a little bit, but you're always welcome to come back. I don't ever permanently kick networks out or studios out unless we had a problem. And we haven't even dealt with that since the early days of Nitro, where we had problems with, players and stuff like that, little trolling problems or whatever. Because we don't get those kind of players anymore. So, but you guys are always welcome back. Just know that. But I have to discontinue your network for a little bit and do stuff like that. Now, RTN, I'm glad you're here, man. I hope you're here to stay, man, because this game wouldn't be the same without you. I was loving the progress your studio was making, man, and that was the thing that was killing me the most. I was like, man, this dude made all of this progress over the last 2 years, and it's like that's crazy how they just quit or whatever. Because I got so used to people quitting that I never see them come back. So when Spike just came back just now, I was happy. I was happy as hell. I was actually happy. I was happy to see that message. I was like, because I saw like 5 different messages. Ice, Rod, SBC, all sent me a message. Then I saw Spike. I was like, Spike. I was like, oh shit. And I was really happy to see that message, man. You really made my day, man. Because I definitely want you to be a part of the game, man. I mean, you're a vital part of the game, and you need to be here, man. I know stuff changes in life, so maybe I don't know how long any of you guys be able to play, but I mean, Nitro's been going on for 8 years now. Was about to make 10 years in 2019, so I've always said unless I'm closing shop, you guys shouldn't be leaving, man. You guys shouldn't be leaving. Try to find a way to get on here, even if your life gets too busy, or if you're unable to do it, just be like, man. Proxio, I need to take a fucking hiatus for a year or two or whatever because my life has changed. Maybe I'm in the military now or some shit like that. It happens. Because I remember Yankees, this dude player named Yankees, he was on here. He was about to have a child, and he said he couldn't be a part of the game anymore. He came back. The thing about him was he came back a year later to run his own game. It didn't last very long. But he came back to run his own game, and that's actually what forced the 2012 season to be rebooted at that time. So, because I was like, man, there's a chance I could lose these players to that game because he recruited basically almost all of the players. I think except Rod and maybe somebody else to that game. Rod always stayed over here. Because Rod always told me, like, look, I'm never playing in anybody else's game. I'm only going to play in this fucking game right here. And that's loyalty, you know what I'm saying? So, and Ice and SBC, they were doing both games as well. So, like I said, it didn't last that long. And, and then Yankees just gave up. I actually heard from Yankees. The last time I heard from Yankees was 3 years ago. He sent me a message telling me, like, how proud he is that the game was still going. He noticed some improvements that the game had made. He said he'd never be a part of the game again, but he was very proud of the progress that was made on here and stuff like that. It was a long message too. And this is like 3 years ago. This is before we moved to the new site, and so I was appreciative of that. So it is what it is. Um, during this period of time, because like I said, my real life work is starting to decrease a little bit. You know, it's usually always busy during the fall. I told you guys, like, after Thanksgiving, going into December, like it was last year, this is when I'm usually able to concentrate on the game again. So for about the next 3 months, I'll be able to concentrate. I mean, there'll still be some days where I'm not here or whatever, but for the most part, you know, I'll be on here working on the game more than the past 3 months. I can tell you that. Especially with the change that we're making to the game, I think it's going to be a lot more easy to run the game as well. So, I think things in the game should be running a lot more smoother. Um, and during this period of time, another one of my goals is to make a new welcome video to Nitro for any new players that want to join. I hadn't made one since we moved to this new site, so I'm going to have to do a new tutorial and stuff like that. So hopefully, you know, because the last video actually brought some people in. There was actually people. I got my access to the Pro Boards back, the Pro Board site, maybe about a year ago. I'm never going back there though, because there was some stuff that I wasn't allowed to post on there, and I said it's impossible for me to run the game without posting those kind of pictures. It was some images and stuff that they didn't want posted on that site. And that's the actual reason why I got kicked out of Pro Boards. But this site is a lot more better. Plus, my domain is registered over here, so I won't be moving from this site anytime soon, unless something happens to it. But as of right now, I'm not planning on moving back over there ever again. But when I had a chance to look at some of the stuff over there was like 2 or 3 people that actually joined during that period of time. They sent me messages. But it was so long ago that those people was never returning, so I wasn't able to get back to them. But there was people that wanted to join, so I need to get back to making that video. Because like I said, I would like to have at least like 5 players in the game, and that'll be it. Maybe 5 or 6, and that's it. But I'm cool with 4. The 4 that we got right now is a lot easier to manage anyways when it's just 4. And I can trust everyone in here, so it should be good. Now, the reason why the game had to reset. Well, I was looking at, like I said, a lot of this is based on potentially I thought we were going to lose RTN, so a lot of that had to do with that. But honestly, the last couple of months before my real life work schedule really picked up in September, I thought about doing this because I knew how long I would probably be out and not able to run the game. I had it in my mind for a while to fast forward the game. I had it in my mind for a while to fast forward the game. And I looked at the game and I was absolutely just mad about it. And let me tell you why I was mad about it. Okay. I didn't like the load that we had. I've always loved the fact that Nitro was so detailed and so in depth. And that's one of the things that makes Nitro great. But it's also one of the things that makes Nitro really, really bad and impossible for me to run. I looked at everything I was doing away from the ratings, and I was like, I'm never getting out of these weeks fast enough. Like, we're still in November. When Spike joined RTN, when they joined, it was the end of October, right? This was 2 years ago. And it's only been, the game has only fast forwarded through 3 weeks. Oh, shit. 3 goddamn weeks. You know what I mean? 3 fucking weeks. That's not good, man. And it just moves way too slow. And it's too much to do in between days. Like, I love the Nitro War. I love those press releases, but they take too much damn time. Another thing, things like financial reports that had to be done every Thursday, updating bank accounts on a regular, The thing that really just blew the top off of my mind, the Winter Athletic Games and Battle of Necro Stars colliding at the same time. I had to do all of that work just to get those two things running because they were so important to the game. Working on the rookie draft classes. Remember I was doing that like the second half of the whole winter, all of that extra stuff. Weekly highlights every time there's a new week. That took time to do. Contracts also did, but I will give contracts this. Contracts they're not something that I have to do every day or every week. Like, I could do them when I want to. I could put those out when I want to. Those are never a problem. But everything else was in the game. Everything was getting too, it was becoming too much. And I know all of you guys agree. All of you guys agree. I had this conversation with Ice and Rod. They agree. They were like, they love how to, Ice was like, man, he loved where the game was at, but he agreed. It was moving too slow. So, there was a lot of good things going on that season. A lot of things that were planned. I was looking forward to RTN stuff. RTN's new sports leagues. He can get them started this year, though. I was looking forward to the WFL and seeing how the football thing, the playoff picture run down. Seeing how the rookie class, how they'll do throughout the year. There was a whole bunch of stuff that we had going on. The mysteries in the NITRO War that we had going on. All of this stuff that we had. But it was too much for me to do. It was too much, and it was all colliding at the same time. So I said, let me step back. I had about 2 months to think about this. 2 months. And I had my meeting with the crew, with D-Styles and a couple other boys. And I told them, let's hit that restart button. Because D-Styles, I remember talking to D-Styles. I was like, D-Styles, man, I got something to talk to you about. And it won't be good for the game. But it will be good for the game. It's not good for the current game that we were at, but it's good for the future of the game. And I told D-Styles, look, man, we need to reset. We need to restart. And I told him, now's the best time to do it because I was thinking we had lost RTN. And RTN was a huge part of the game to the point where I didn't really want to run it without RTN the way it was. Because RTN was deep into everything. Like the storylines, the actors that he had, Strawberry Shields is coming into NITRO, starting her career. All of this good stuff that was going on in the game. But the problem was, if we didn't have RTN, I said right now it's the best time to restart. And I have been thinking about this for 2 months. So I said we need to reset. We need to reset. We need to reset everything. So we're fast forwarding 3 years later, and the excuse here in NITRO terms. Let me tell you something. I actually only revealed this to Ice and SBC. I didn't tell Rod yet, but it actually had nothing to do with Rod, but it was about the whole Sam Grantham situation. Remember his father, Jethro, is kidnapped and missing. I revealed to the both of them, because it involved their actors. You know how Ice is with the Lizzies or whatever. I revealed to them that Sam Grantham was going to be the dude. Well, remember how I was telling you guys there was going to be a death next week? It was going to be Sam Grantham. He was going to die on Monday, November 25th, 2013. He was going to die the day before Battle of Necro Stars. So what ended up happening is, the same way NITRO closed down in the fall of 2012 is the same way it closed down in the fall of 2013. So Superintendent Moynihan had to close it down. The other thing that we were going to do was that the Lizzies had burnt down RTN Chicago Studios. So those things, all on the same day, the day right before Battle of Necro Stars. It was all about to go down. So Superintendent Moynihan canceled Battle of Necrosars, canceled the WAGs, canceled the entire season. She said, "We're out. We're out." So that is what ended up happening to the prior season. Okay, so we're fast forwarding 3 years later, and we're going along here. Now, the rookies. Here's the thing. Everybody else has aged, right? Everybody else in the game has aged. I'm going to push things back as far as the homegrown talents. Like, I'm pushing Allison Shields' birthday back 3 years. The homegrown talent, I want them to stay the same age that they were in 2013. So Allison Shields this season will be turning 19 instead of 21. And the rookies are going to turn whatever ages they were going to be in 2014. So I didn't want them to be too old coming into Nitro. Like, I wanted some of them to be teens coming into Nitro. That way they could get a early start. So everyone else, the real life people, like the real life actors, like I don't know. I'm trying to think of someone where I know their age right now. Someone like, I don't know, Bella Thorne. I believe she's 19 now. Zendaya, I think she's like 20. Those people ages will stay the same. Everyone who's died within that period of time. Remember we had the whole Betty White thing where she's dead. Also in real life, Flores Henderson died. Flores Henderson died on November 25th. Now it's 2016 now, so we're a little bit up to date as well. And that's another good thing about fast forwarding. We're a little bit up to date. We're still behind, but we're a little bit up to date. If the game moves fast enough, which I'm hoping it is, maybe we could keep up and not be 3 years behind again. I don't think we're going to be that far behind again because I think the way we're going to be doing this game now is going to move it along a little quicker, but we're still going to be behind because there's going to be times where my job is going to have to take over and I'm not going to be on Nitro. So those things are going to, we're never going to be, up to date with the times. That's why I didn't worry about, at first, I was, D-Styles was like, let's start on Monday, November 28th. I told him, no, let's just start in September. Because I told him, we're never going to be with the real date. We're always going to be behind. We're going to, even if we're keeping up ahead, because we did this back in 2012, the reboot season, we were still behind. We still ended up being behind. So I know we're always going to be behind in this game. So I don't worry about that. That's why I didn't even mind being in 2013, to be honest with you guys. But the only reason why we fast-tracked ahead was that there were so many things that took place over the last 3 years. I wanted to fast forward. You know what I mean? So I want to fast forward everything. So that's where we're at right now. We fast forward some things, and we're in 2016 now. We're in the fall of 2000. Well, basically towards the end of the summer. So that's where we're at. Now, what's going to be going on here in Nitro and what you can expect? Well, there will still be a Nitro war. There is always going to be a Nitro war. It's going to pop up at some point this season, but it's not going to quite be like it was before. It's going to pop up sporadically from now on. It's not going to be something where it was like every single day there was something happening. Because that slows the game down as well. So I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen again unless it's necessary. But there will be a point in the season where something's going to pop up again. Trust me. There will always be a Nitro war. It's impossible for there not to be because all the studios hate each other. So there's going to be something in it for somebody to do something. Jethro's still missing. He's been missing for the last 3 years. The Lizzies are going to update his situation before the end of the season, which is in June. The new season starts on Wednesday, September 7th, 2016. Training camp starts on Wednesday, August 24th. The draft will be held on August 22nd and August 23rd. The summer schedule will only be 2 weeks. It'll be 2 weeks. So on Wednesday, August 24th, that's the same day training camp starts. You're going to run a summer schedule, a quick summer schedule, and then we're starting a new season on September the 7th. So, you get everything, start planning on how you want to start your season premieres or series premieres on the 7th. Now, one of the things you guys were asking me, at least Ice and Rob was asking me this, what should we do with the shows that were out back in 2013? Well, we did this already back in the 2012 reboot season. And even this past fall. You can pick your shows right up. If you want to reboot them and just restart them over, you can do that. If you want to continue where they were at, you can do that as well. Because the history of Nitro is not being lost. I was very close to eliminating the entire history that we had in Nitro, but I said it doesn't make any sense to do that because there's so much that's gone on since 2009. I don't want to even lose that history. So there's a gap of 3 years, but you do what you want to do. It doesn't matter what you do. It's your network. You do what you want to do with that. But for the most part, I think most of you just bring in the same shows that you had when we left off. Just bring them in. You'll probably have some new changes planned to it. The biggest change that we're going to have is that daytime and primetime, albeit they'll still be separated, in the ratings threads for now on, I'm connecting them together now. So there will be an all-day ratings thing now. It will not be just separated from primetime to daytime. This makes it easier on me as well when I'm doing the ratings. I'm also eliminating the in-depth analysis that I do. I know you guys love to read that. I will do it from time to time, but it will not be done every day anymore. No more. I will still do YouTube videos at time on it, okay? But I'm not doing that anymore. It'll be quick briefings on what happened. That will be it. It will be nothing where I'm like, da-da-da-da-da, did this, da-da-da-da-da, the history. I just can't do that detailed stuff anymore because that stuff it takes time, even in the analysis. I'm eliminating the this week schedule where I usually write everything out for Monday through Sunday. What's going on? I'm eliminating that. The only things that are getting kept for right now are the season ratings and soap opera ratings. Those two things will be kept. Everything else is getting eliminated or is getting delayed or whatever. The financial reports, they're not coming out every week anymore. They will only be done during the sweeps periods. I will release them once during every sweeps period. So you will get paid during every sweeps period. So you have to manage your money even better. We're still doing contracts. We'll be doing new contracts. All the contracts have expired. So everybody's a free agent again. We have to start over with that. We're going to start all the way back with that. So everyone is a free agent. Rookies, they will become free. They will be doing their contracts. The draft. Got to talk about that as well. I was going to do this as a separate video, but I think I'm just going to talk about it right here because I'm pretty much done talking about what I need to talk about, as far as game changes goes. Oh, real quick. With the ratings, there will no longer be just, daytime and primetime schedule. Put it all in one. The day starts at 6 a.m. It's going to end at midnight, except on Fridays and Saturdays. Same hours, basically the same hours as before, except that we're doing a whole day now. It'll be the whole day, so you can look at the whole day from now on. All right, guys, so it'll be the whole day. And when we do when I do the ratings, like the charts, you know how it's we've got SBC next to each other and Ice and Rod. Since RTN is back now, I'm going to have it where Ice and Rod are at the top next to each other. And this gives me a chance to widen the columns so I could add more in there, add more things in there or whatever. And I had to shorten things. And then we're gonna have SBC and SBC and RTN next to each other. So You guys will see how it looks when I do it. It's the same thing. I'm still doing it in Excel, but you guys will see how it looks. And we're just gonna play around with that during the summer. During the summer, when you guys post your summer schedules, it will be 2 weeks worth of schedules. So you'll be posting from August 24th through September the 6th. And then the new season schedule starts, because we did this in 2013 as well. September 7th through September the 18th. So we'll get back to doing Monday through Sunday on September the 19th. So it'll be, since our season is starting on a Wednesday this year, September the 7th all the way through September the 18th is premiere week. Okay? So it'll be a little different how you guys post the schedule, but that's how it's going to be multiple days in your schedules now just to start the season. WFL contracts. Wanted to make sure I went over there. WFL. Whoever wants to be a part of that new season of WFL, as far as your money goes, I haven't decided if you guys are just going to keep the money that you have from 2013 and you can use that now. Haven't decided yet. We'll see. I might make it a premium by November sweeps time. I might do like what I did last time and just have you guys that want to be a part of it run WFL for free until November. Maybe we'll do that until I get that stuff organized. So maybe that'll happen. But so we'll see what happens with that. So the WFL, because the WFL is going to be constructed a little bit different. There's going to be, because I was talking to Ice about this, there's going to be WFL Saturday. There's going to be something called the Saturday League. That's going to be like college football, but it's not college. It's not colleges. It's like a minor league for the WFL is going to be run on Saturdays. And then you got the main league, which is the Sunday league, which is the pros. Whatever you got the Sunday afternoon contracts. Sunday night football will start this year, and then we'll have Monday night football, and that's it. So, because Ice confirmed to me he's not doing what the NFL doesn't realize, no Thursday night football, none of that bullshit. It'll just be Sunday night football and Monday night football, and that's it. So, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, those are the WFL days. And that'll be it. So, that's what's going to happen with that. For those of you who are running your own league, let me know when you want to start yours this season. Like I said, we got 2 weeks in the summertime. Then we got the new season that starts September the 7th. Ice already told me the WFL is going to start on September the 11th. That's going to be the first. It's going to be opening day for that season. They might have some type of kickoff game or something the week before. We'll see what happens with that. Because he told me that he may start. He may actually start the league on Labor Day, which is on a Monday. He told me he might do that. So he told me he'd get back to me and how he's going to do that. So we'll see about that. Training camp ends on September the 6th. Then the new season September the 7th. So you guys basically just let me know what you're going to do with that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with all that. But the game itself is going to be just basically all-day ratings. And that's all I'm concentrating on. After the draft ends, that's pretty much all I'm concentrating on the next 2 weeks. We'll have training camp open. I'm not sure if I'm doing it. We'll probably do... I might send out a press release about what's going on in training camp. I might. But I want the game... I want to get in the habit of getting the game running. So I'm not sure if I'm doing any of that just yet. But just know that's going to happen. Winter Athletic Games, that will resume in December. That will resume in December this year. And the reason why it's going to start in December instead of November is because the last time I thought I was going to have the Olympics, and the Winter Athletic Games supposed to end before the Olympics started. So there's no Olympics right now, NITRO, and it's not an Olympic year anyway. It's 2017. So the Winter Athletic Games will take place in February this year. So we'll have an extra month without the Winter Athletic Games. And it'd be more perfect because that's right around Christmas break, which will be easier because everyone can start going on break in January and February. And then the second half of the season will start right after the Winter Athletic Games end, which is probably about late February, early March, somewhere in there. NITRO music competitions, not sure just yet. Because I might have Battle Necro Stars starting around March. So I'm pushing that back as well. Battle Necro Star, I'm going to push that back. If the game is moving along good enough, I might have the first Battle Network Stars special before December. Maybe. We'll see. I need time to think about that. But all your endorsements and all that stuff that you got, you guys are keeping that. So whatever sponsorship you had, you're keeping that. So don't even worry about losing that. You guys still got that. Also, I archived a lot of things from the last couple of seasons. There's a separate section of the site called 2013-2014 archives. That's basically where all the old press releases, all the old ratings, anything you want to look back on to reference for this year, you go there. I'm leaving the other stuff up though, like pilots, episodes, shows, actors list, all that stuff. I'm leaving all that stuff up. It doesn't need to disappear right now. But everything that was old, like old contract, all that stuff is in the archive now. Because we're going to start out fresh, okay? Now, I hope I went through everything, guys. I hope I went through everything. If there's something I didn't want to go through, you still got questions, you guys always can ask me on the site. Draft. Okay, let's get with this, because this is the first order of business when we come back to the game this week, okay? This is the first thing we're doing out of the gate. Okay, it's the NITRO rookie draft. Now, remember how I was telling, basically telling you guys to focus on the 2014 draft, which was getting really, really hyped up and stuff like that. Where it's here now. It's here now. And I know when I was talking to Ice and Rod about this, they were excited, boy. They were excited that the draft is going to be coming up right away. And I'm doing the draft different this year. It's not going to be a 3-step process. It's going to be a 2-step process now. The first step is going to be different than it was last time. We're going to go back to the way it was in 2010, where the networks or the studios, pick the actors. It's basically like the real life draft, where, like in sports, where the teams draft the players. That's how it's going to be again. Now, what you guys are going to do, you're going to give me a list of 5 to 10 names of the top 10. Now, I'm thinking about making it 10. I'm thinking about making it 10 instead of 5. You're going to give me your top 10 rookies that you want to draft first. The top 10 rookies that you want to draft first this year. Okay? So you're going to have to give me that list within the next couple of days. 10 names. So you guys got 2 different threads to look at. You got the draft class thread that's been up. And then you guys got the NGIT's pageant standings thread. You guys can use that as well as a reference for the New Girls in Town pageant girls. But you got the other one, which includes all the rest of the girls. So I forget how many names it is. I believe it's about. I know there was like 120 something that was in the pageant, and then there's like almost 200 that was in the other one. Now I'm going to warn you guys. Now, Ice and Rod in the later point of the draft, they will have more picks than you guys, and this is the reason why. They run the 2 competitions that relates to the draft. That is the Miss Roderick pageant and the New Girls in Town pageant and the Carpenter's Hour. So Jessica Kalau started this practice last year where she drafts certain rookies and keeps them in her pageants or keeps them in her shows, her talent competitions. She keeps them in there and they get redrafted the year after. They're going to do that again. So they're going to be stashing draft picks to put in their competitions this year to strengthen it so that there's some stars in there. So they're going to have a little bit more picks than RTN and SBC. But starting out I would say around the first 40, 50, 60 picks, everyone's going to have an equal amount of picks. And then after that, it gets a little sloppy where you're going to start seeing Ice has a pick, then Ice has another pick, then Ra has a pick, then Ra has another pick. You're going to start seeing that. Because like I said, they need most of the rookies because they got to make decisions on who they're going to stash for next year, But for right now, here's the order of the draft. Number 1, SBC. Number 2, RTN. Number 3, Ra. Number 4, Ice. Number 5, SBC. Number 6, RTN. Number 7, Ra. Number 8, Ice. In that order, over and over again. So that's how it's going to go. SBC's going to have the top pick. Then RTN second, Ra third, Ice fourth. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, how does this work with the list? Well, the reason why you guys are sending me a list is because that's basically you choosing who you're going to be drafting. So, for instance, SBC's going first, right? Let's use the names from the 2013 draft. Let's use Joel Osment or whatever. Let's say SBC, the first name that they have on their list is Joel Osment. That's who's getting drafted first, is Joel Osment. And then, let's say RTN wanted to go grab Sarah Sampaio. Sarah Sampaio will be drafted to RTN. Then number 3, who was that? Oh, Kyler Ray. If Rod wanted Kyler Ray, if Rod had Kyler Ray first on the list, she's going to Rod. Number 4, let's say Mia Lasanti was first on Ice list. Mia Lasanti's going to Ice. So who's ever first on your list, as long as it's not. Now, there's a lot of girls in this draft. There's almost 200 names in this draft, at least more than 150. There's a chance that we shouldn't run into a problem where everyone's picking the same people, but we will run into that problem. So that's why I'm having you guys make the list. That way, if somebody's taken, I go to the next name that's on the list. So let's say SBC had Mia Lasanti second on their list, but Ice just drafted Mia Lasanti. So I go to the next name, the number 3 person that they got noted. That's Joan Smalls. So Joan Smalls is going to be drafted next. So I'm going to always take the next name on the list. If that name's already been chosen, I'll go to the next name. If that name's been already chosen, I'll go to the next name after that. We keep doing it until we get to the 10th name on the list for every studio. Okay? And once we get to the 10th one, we'll pause the draft. And I'll let everyone know you need to make another set of names, another list of names, So that's how that's going to go. So, and only I will be looking at these lists. Only me and D Styles will be the only 2 people looking at these lists. The other studios will not know who you got on your list. It will be a surprise to everyone else. So, it's kind of scary because now I kind of like this because it's almost like the contract situation where all the studios are going after the same draft picks or whatever, and then later on you find out who accepts that contract or whatever. So it's going to be fun, and it's all going to be revealed in this draft that this thread that I'm going to make. So it's all going to be revealed there in the next few days. So, you guys have plenty of time to study these draft picks. So, you guys should really know who you want to get. Now, I know it's a little different because now you have to make the decision, and in the past it was like, man, it's going to take all day for us to complete the season and get to the 2014 draft. Well, now it's here. So now you have to make a decision. on who you want to draft. And there's a lot of names. My strategy has always been, and my strategy is for this one, because I was talking to Rod about this. Rod told me, look, he's going to go out of the box with his picks because he thinks he knows who the other studios may draft. Look up and down the list. Look all through that draft class list. Look all through and see who you really want. Because I'm telling you right now, if you try to get someone that another studio wants, you're going to be pissed that you didn't get them. But here's the catch. This is a two-step process. So after the draft ends, the contracts is the second process. All right. So just like last time, it's the same thing as last time. We're going to go straight. We're going to skip the claims process and we're going to go straight to the contracts. So you will start off the season with a majority of your rookies because no one will be on contract to start the season just yet. It will take a few weeks, maybe even a month before we start getting our first set of contracts in. So whoever you draft, you're going to have them for a few weeks going into the season. And you're going to have most of your rookies most of the season because you guys know how long it takes to get the contracts finalized and all that stuff. You might end up if you're lucky enough, you might end up the whole season with those picks. The ones who are usually under contract first are the top picks. So the top picks are the ones that you need to think about first because those are going to be the first ones to be on contract. The later ones are the ones that you can pretty much say you're going to have them for the whole season. And maybe even going into next year, they won't even be on a contract because they'll be one of the last ones on the contract. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So again, you can easily lose your top picks to the contract process. This is the because the reason why I wanted to change it was because the actors and the agents pretty much make their decision through the contract situation. So I was like, why don't we put the control right back into the studios? And I think it'd be funner because you guys would be more involved in the draft doing it this way. So start getting those names down. And like I said, I would like to move through the draft pretty quickly. I don't want to be all year on this because I want to start getting to the ratings. And I'm going to start the scheduling threads and all that. And you guys need to start posting your schedules as well. So all of that is the stuff that we're going to be doing to start out the new season. That's what we're going to be doing. The draft is first. And then I'm going to get right into it. So start looking around at the girls you want. And then we'll be going from there. And then, like I said, I want to start the draft this week, man. This week coming up. I want to start it right away. I'm giving you guys a couple of days. I think I talked to all of you guys now. You're all aware of the change that's going on in the game. You guys are all aware about the draft. So I'm expecting to see these lists in the next 2 or 3 days. Okay, so get those lists into me. And as far as like analysis for the draft, I don't think maybe I'll do it. I don't know if I'll do it in time for the top picks, but maybe later on I'll give you some info about the other picks down, the girls who haven't been drafted yet and stuff like that. Maybe I'll give you guys some info on them. And I might still give you some info on the ones that have been drafted and what you can expect. But yeah, just start looking that over. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Start out everything this way. I hope you guys enjoy the new ground we're selling the game. So the draft is first, and I can't wait. I'm glad RTN is back, and let's get it going. Also, you guys are keeping the same rosters you got when you left off. It's the same. The only change is that Sam Grantham died. That's it. Everyone else is in contact. There's some decisions that I told you guys individually that you need to make. There's no more 10. So whoever was on 10's roster, executives, they're going to be free agents again as well. So Kevin Smart is a free agent again. So, because there's no more 10. So, and everyone's going to have one network, man. That was another thing that I was really needing to change. I thought that there was too many networks. I was like, there's no reason for people to have like 2 or 3 fucking networks, I thought it was becoming a little bit ridiculous that ICE was running 10 because that was a bigger network that they were running. And it was cannibalizing the ratings a little bit because 10 was starting to get to a point where it was getting too good, you know, and I need to make that change. So everyone's just going to concentrate on one network, okay? One network, and I'm hoping to do this for the whole season. Nobody's going to have two networks the rest of the season. Now, I know it's convenient sometimes to have two, but it also could be a bitch to have two because you have to make different decisions and all that stuff. So starting out, one network, concentrating. You got a full ratings day to concentrate on now. And that's it. So, just one network and that's it. Okay? So, what I will advise you guys to do is to recheck in on your executives, your studio executive chain. Revisit that and make any changes you need to make to it for the new season. Because if you guys need to make a new CEO, put someone else in charge, go ahead and do that. Any changes you need to make, go ahead and do that. So I'm pretty sure the only two studios that are not going to change their CEOs are ICE and SBC, because they already told me anyways they're not changing Jessica Lowndes or Ashley Green. As far as also SBC, you have a new ownership group now. This was going to happen if the game kept on going. Jennifer Aniston, Courtney Cox, Matthew Perry, David Schwimmer, Lisa Kudrow, all will be owning a half of your studio. It's called the Central Perk Ownership Group. They will be taking over the Suzanne Summers group because Suzanne Summers is retired now. She's retired now from NITRO. Flores Henderson, who just died. Now, anybody who's died between August 22nd and November 26th, they will be deceased on the day they died during that period of time. So Florence Henderson will start out the season still living, but she, I believe she had retired anyways from Nitro, so it wasn't mattering. Not Betty White. Who was the other old lady? Doris Roberts from Everybody Loves Raymond, right? Yeah. So she's dead now. Anybody who's died over the past 3 years, they're dead now. So in real life. So if you have anybody like that, get them off your roster now and make those changes. So any changes you need to make, go ahead and make them. This is the best time to make them because the new season starting. So go ahead and do that for sure. That's going to be it, guys. I think I covered everything. I'll be making another one of these pretty soon. Like I said, when we start the draft, if you guys have any questions on that, let me know. I am going to actually have you guys fill that out right away. So when I get back, I'm going to have the scheduling thread and the draft thread, the draft picks all set up. So, and like I said, remember this about the draft class. Again, some of those rookies, if they get drafted to Ice and Rod, Ice and Rod has the option of stashing them to get redrafted next season. That means they won't be starting their Nitro career this season. They'll be starting next year. So those picks will be stashed to compete either in the New Girls of Town pageant, Miss Roderick pageant, Junior Booty pageant, and the Carpenter's Hour Junior. Some of the 2015 class are already in there, but there's going to be some of those names in there. Michi Cat Grimes, this is a big question because remember she was the one who was in limbo to get drafted in 2015, which is now that class is the now class of 2017 now. Michi Cat Grimes will be a part of this draft. There's an option for her to get stashed, but she will be a part of this draft. Okay, so just in case, so you guys can know, Michi Cat Grimes will be a part of this draft. So good luck on that. Just in case I don't do a video before these picks are in, good luck to you in the draft. It's starting right away. It's going to hit you just like that in the mouth. Let's go, baby. All right, guys. Peace.